Ever get that gut feeling that petty nonsense is about to blow up in someone's face? That was me, Alex Carter, staring at the wreckage that used to be my mailbox, splintered wood, twisted metal, and letters strewn across the ditch like confetti. I lived on the edge of a quiet subdivision, but quiet ended the day the HOA got its new enforcer, Victor the Marshal Hayes. Not a real cop, but he sure acted like one. Reflective vest, radio clipped to his belt, fake citations in hand, he strutted down the streets like a small-town sheriff with too much free time. At first, I wrote off the broken mailbox as a freak accident. Maybe a delivery truck had clipped it. I replaced it with a standard post and box. 2 weeks later, it happened again. Splintered post, crushed metal. That's when I started paying attention. Neighbors whispered that Victor didn't like me because I dared question HOA rules. He'd already nitpicked my grass length and my truck's parking spot. Now, my mailbox was the target. By the third attack, I was furious. Mailboxes are federally protected under U.S. Code Title 18, Section 1705. It's a crime to destroy one. I called the HOA president, who showed up smirking at my flimsy construction. Karen the Enforcer Blake, of course. She defended Victor like he was her personal bodyguard. Victor's old pickup had a bent bumper and scratches suspiciously matching the color of my mailbox. Coincidence? My gut said otherwise. I set up a wildlife camera angled perfectly at the mailbox. A week later, at 6:14 a.m., Victor's dented pickup rolled down the street. He swerved just enough to clip my mailbox, sending wood and letters flying, and drove off like nothing happened. At the next HOA meeting, I calmly displayed the footage. "Here's Victor destroying my federal property," I said, holding up my phone. Karen shifted nervously. "Maybe the footage isn't clear. Could be anyone," she muttered. I paused the video and zoomed in. Victor's vanity plate, unmistakable. Silence fell. Victor sat there smug, arms crossed. The HOA wasn't going to hold him accountable. If I wanted justice, I'd have to outsmart him. I researched reinforced mailboxes. County code allowed a breakaway post up to 4 inches in diameter. I got creative. A steel core post encased in decorative brick, hollow enough to meet standards, strong enough to stop a truck, topped with a heavy-duty locking mailbox rated Indestructible. Neighbors watched, intrigued. By the time I was done, it looked like an ordinary classy brick mailbox, but inside, it was a fortress. A week later, while sipping my morning coffee, I heard it. The unmistakable thud of metal hitting brick, tires screeching, and a man howling. I walked outside. Victor's pickup was nose-deep in my new mailbox, hood crumpled, airbags deployed, steam rising. He clutched his arm, cursing. "What the hell did you do to your mailbox?" he yelled. "Built it to code," I said, raising an eyebrow. "Can't help it if you can't drive." Karen stormed out, hair wild. "This is outrageous. You set a trap. Entrapment. I'm reporting you." I almost laughed. Unsafe? He had just committed a federal crime. Twice. I was already recording. Within minutes, police arrived. 2 cruisers, lights flashing. 1 officer inspected the mailbox. "Did you reinforce this illegally?" he asked. "No, sir," I replied, handing over my documentation. "County Code 1408, breakaway post, 4-inch diameter, compliant. Mailbox approved by the manufacturer." The officer nodded. "Looks solid," Karen protested. "He's lying. That mailbox is a weapon." The second officer interrupted. "The only crime here is destruction of mailboxes, a federal offense. Driving into it, that's on him." Victor turned pale. "Federal offense? Up to 3 years in prison plus restitution," the officer confirmed. Cuffed on the spot, Victor's busted pickup was towed as neighbors recorded the spectacle. I sipped my coffee, letting the silence linger. As the dust settled, I couldn't help but smile. Some lessons are learned the hard way.